Congratulations! You have a new job as a project manager. You've been asked by the boss to look at the projects in previous project managers Power BI presentation pack, which contains 3 projects. So you diligently open the Power BI report that uses the Microsoft project add-in data, and you can see that you have 3 projects: Doodle IT, Wedding Planner and WinPro. But hold on a minute, look at the dates. We only really want to think about 2021, so you think, well, rather than going through project, let's have a look at what happens prior to 2021. So a little bit of fiddling until you get, oh, that's 2020, that's the other way. We'll get there in a minute. There we go. Okay, and it seems as though Doodle IT, let's have a look at Doodle IT. It's got 599 work hours, but there's no actual hours being booked to it, as confirmed by our line here. We've got work hours, but where's our invoice hours and actual hours? Cumulative graph of running working hours, nice and straight, run month by month, but it's all Ed Harris and it's all 8 hours. What's Ed been doing? We don't know, and we don't. So we go to see the boss, and the boss says, yeah, okay, you can delete that project if you want and concentrate on just this year. But then you think, hang on a minute, there's 3 projects here. Let's have a look at all 3 projects together, and then, but let's have a look at Wedding Planner. Hang on a minute, what's the Wedding Planner doing there anyway? We're a services company. Stu seems to be taking the mickey a little bit. You shouldn't really be planning weddings. So anyway, he has, but there's only some actual hours and work hours in February. So we don't want that either of these projects. So what do we do about it? We get rid of the data. It's simple. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing it. We can change the date, copy the data that we've got. Let me just pause. So we need to know how to repoint the report to our directory. You might not have a E directory, so I point to the E directory. So here's you get to familiar with the directory structure, but look, I'm using E, and then that's where I program my add-in, project data 1, and then this one's looking at the audit directory, whereas there's the 3 directories, but the root of it is project data 1. So you get 3 directories: audit, task and time data, and in each one you've got task status and the time data. So we could delete it out of there, but and it will have the same result as jumping straight to project data 3, which only has WinPro in. Okay, so I'm going to change. The easier way would be just to go to project data 1 through the 3 directories, delete the data we don't want. Be careful, it goes without saying. You can always put it back by opening project, opening I don't know, Wedding Planner, let's say, and then saving the data that we want. Let me just say wedding, save it, as you know, data saved, and then clicking back to the directory. That's where on the 11th of the 3rd today I've just done this update, and we've got the all the tasks with no assignments and no resources associated with them for the wedding project. Now, a little tip: if you ever want to open this, you can open it with Excel, but if you do any edits, check your edits by downloading Notepad++. That will show you the raw data. Now it looks a bit messy, but at least you'll be able to see, you know, if there are any howlers you've made. Usually in Excel, if you delete some CSV rows, you can end up with lots of blank columns. So just be careful if you do direct edits. You can do it, but even so, I'd be very careful. So we want to point our Project BI report at a different directory. We could, like we say, just delete the relevant files from the directory that we're using, or we can change the directory. So here we are. This is the audit, the tasks and the time data pointing to project data 1, and in turn you just change, in this instance we're not changing the disk name, say, to C from E. We're just changing one number. So if we do that for all directories, there's the first one that's done that. So to save a bit of time, I pause the video and change the project data around to get different data sources for our report. So now when we do a refresh, you'll see, oh, Doodle IT still there. Okay, so let me do some look-see. Okay, when I just select all, Doodle IT disappeared. Let's apply the changes as well. So now when we go back and have a look at our data source, again it's options and settings, data source settings. We can see we're using project data 3 directory, still under E, but I'm just showing how to change it, because inevitably if you choose to use the Microsoft Project add-in, then and you need to plumb in the report at the right directory. So here we are, that's what we've done.